Hey, I'm James with Charlie Mike Woodworks Design. Welcome back to the shop. So today we're going to make some salt and pepper shakers. For my salt shaker, I'm going to use some maple. For my pepper shaker, I'm going to use, of course, walnut. The dimensions, the height of them is going to be 3.5, 4 inches tall, probably 4 inches. I don't know. I like that. It's kind of a round-ish area. 1.5 all the way around. On the inside, it's going to be hollow, so my stock material is already about 1 inch, maybe a little bit more. So we're going to have to do some resawing, or sawing it in half. I'll show you how we're going to do that. The bottom, about 3/4 of an inch of a Forstner bit, and that way we can pour the salt or pepper in there. Salt's going to have 3 holes at the top. Pepper's going to have 5. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a slanted top or not. If I do, the difference between the back and the front, roughly about 1/4, and I'll put all that in the description later on once we have all that figured out. But this is part of it. It's kind of fun to just come in here and kind of see and play with it and kind of go from there. So we're gonna make some maple and walnut salt and pepper shakers. All right, let's Charlie Mike.
Hey, let's be safe today so we can do this again tomorrow. Okay, we are going to cut this maple down to size. And then we're going to cut the walnut down to size. This is kind of an interesting one. I'm using scraps essentially for the entire project, but it's all good in the hood. So about 4 inches top to bottom, about 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches wide all the way around. And this is where I get to resaw my wood. The key to resawing on a table saw is that you've got to go slow to go fast. Someone once said that. It's so crucial and key in a lot of things in life. So my wife bought me this bandsaw after she saw me resawing on that table saw. And here we are cutting down the sides of the salt and pepper shakers. Even though each one is a shaker, combined they're shakers. I guess it's a set. And then we're going to cut a 45-degree angle on each side. Now, it's best to go ahead and sand everything a little bit before putting everything together, which is what we do here. See, we use a little bit of painter's tape on the back side, throw a bunch of glue in there. The painter's tape helps in the glue up process. And then we take everything, once it's all glued up, over to our handy dandy homemade router table. And we're going to put a 45-degree chamfer on all the sides. And once we're done with that, we are going to do a little bit of sanding, because we want the sides to be a little bit smoother than just 45 degrees. I made the top and the bottom flat, so in order for them to be able to sit properly, I had to trim off where I had actually routed earlier on both sides. Then we're going to take both the top and bottom and go over and start applying glue. So I have a tendency of wiping all the glue on my hand, and the reason why is so that later on I can peel it off and leave it on the counter for my wife to find. Had to use the flush cut saw to cut away the excess from the top and bottom glue up. And I mean, it's kind of relaxing to be able to saw that by hand. Plus, you get to smell it. It smells pretty good. Here we just drill 5 holes in the top for the pepper shaker. The salt shaker had 3 holes. on the bottom, and I was a little off-centered on this, but it's on the bottom, no one can see it. So use a Forstner bit, and that way you can seat your cork down inside of it. And of course, more sanding, and have that removed. And we finish everything up with some cutting board oil. At Charlie Mike Woodworks Design, our main focus is to help anybody, especially first responders and veterans who suffer from PTSD. But to do that, we need to get over 1,000 subscribers. So let's make this happen. And let's Charlie Mike.